Welcome, dear friends, colleagues, and students. We're thankful for this opportunity, and it's our pleasure to be here today for this event. Myself, Carolyn Rittenhouse, Dr. Cheryl Desmond, Reverend Marta Benavides, here on the front row in the orange shirt. And then later on today, you'll get to meet Attorney Jeff Worley, and to be able to share with you the Doctrine of Discovery, the Forum on Indigenous Issues, Local to Global. This is an important topic for discussion here in Lancaster County because unfortunately the topic on Native issues does not come up very often, except for maybe possibly the month of November. If any of you are aware, November is the designated month to promote Native American awareness. And you know, sometimes I think in this area, how often do you really hear about indigenous peoples of North America or the Americas? And what ways do you observe this holiday or this month? Our focus today is about the people who are often thought of as extinct like the dinosaurs. Maybe it's because the vast majority of Native American Indians reside in the western part of the country. Most often any news heard in mainstream media is usually in a negative light, albeit some indigenous nations continue to live in very impoverished third world living conditions right here in America and have suffered from hundreds of years of injustice regarding basic human rights, land and sacred sites. However, there are some nations who are doing really great things too, and who are working to preserve traditional cultural values and initiatives to improve health and education. These actions are considered by the United Nations as forward-thinking initiatives. Today, our forum will go as follows. As staff here at MU in the Educational Foundations Department and a recent Millersville graduate, I will share a feature article by the National Geographic Magazine in the August 2012 edition. This featured article focuses on the current state of the Oglala, Lakota Sioux Nation of South Dakota. And I'm originally from South Dakota, however I'm from the Cheyenne River Reservation, which is one of 8 reservations, Lakota Sioux reservations in South Dakota. Marta Benavides will then follow and share her work on indigenous issues at the global level. Then our final presentation is by Jeff Worley, a Millersville graduate and local attorney who will share his studies on federal Indian law and issues affecting international indigenous populations that include the Doctrine of Discovery. What prompted this event is in May of 2012, both Dr. Desmond, Educational Foundations faculty member, and I were invited by Marta Benavides to attend the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues at the United Nations in New York City. This was an eye-opening experience to learn about the effects that colonialism has had on indigenous nations around the world. Many nations continue to suffer, and injustices against indigenous peoples continue today. Nations have developed different initiatives to fight against injustices and improve their rights, which are forward-thinking actions. We would like to be a part of this new strategy and the ways of thinking that work toward improving the lives of indigenous people, and we invite all of you here today to join the cause as well. Our goal is to form an action committee of people who are willing to have an open mind to process and ponder a new dialogue of forward thinking. This will include your input, your talents, and conversations that not only focus on past debates of historical wrongs, but most importantly, be able to take part in a committee that wants action. The focus is on developing initiatives that promote justice, reconciliation, and peace for indigenous nations and for all people. We welcome and invite college students to urge you as college students to utilize your citizenship and realize the importance of getting involved and to know about what is happening in the world around you at the local, national, and global levels. We are all responsible for making this world a better place. And now I'll turn the time over to Dr. Desmond, who will share with you what is happening in the local area.
Thank you, Carolyn. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to just very briefly talk about, as Carolyn said, the local importance of why we're here today, especially fitting for us to be right here at this site of Millersville University, where the Conestoga River is not very far, less than about half a mile, and the Susquehanna River another several miles, because we are at the epicenter of where indigenous Conestoga Susquehannocks lived in this area. And some of the sacred sites in this area are in peril. If you just look down Shanks Lane, you'll see Crossgates, which is a large complex golf center and housing development that was built on the site of an intact Conestoga Native American village first. And if you just go down Wabank Road, as you're going down 741 and you turn left at Elizabeth Martin Elementary School, go down about a quarter of a mile, there is the Southern Village. If you go back through there, there are new housing developments going to be erected on burial mounds, again, of the Conestoga Native Americans. And right now, controversy is occurring with the Safe Harbor power plant, which is the power plant, of course, on the Susquehanna River, and proposing to sell property in Washington Borough that in terms of, that would be for private use. And scholars are well aware that there are Native American artifacts in that soil. There is nothing here that prevents us from, at the very least, commemorating the people who inhabited this area, who were here way long before we were here, and doing something in terms of the action that Carolyn is talking about, to acknowledge, commemorate, and, if possible, make citizens aware that we cannot continue to just erect new houses on places that are sacred sites locally. At the university, it is perfect for us to take some action and join with other groups who are in this area to take action, and then connect to what Carolyn's going to tell us at the national level, and then what Marta's going to tell us about the global level in terms of impoverishment and what other issues in terms of what has been done to peoples through history and time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, now you'll have to excuse me. I wished I would have hired an assistant for the day, because I do have a lot of technology that I'm using here. When I went to the National Geographic, in fact, do you have the magazine? This is the issue that I'm referring to. It's the August 2012 issue, and you could easily go online and order an issue if you're interested in reading the article that I'm going to be presenting on. And inside are some beautiful, great photos of the Oglala Lakota Sioux people in some ceremonies. It's got great articles, great big colorful pictures. So anyway, that's what I'll be presenting. However, I went to their website, and they had an amazing amount of information. There were actually Lakota people who were writing letters in and telling their own personal stories. So there's a lot of oral history, a lot of storytelling that took place. Also, people were videotaped, so there's a lot of videography, stories through video, and music, and it's just amazing, and you can hear them speaking in Lakota. So I would encourage you to go to www.natgeo.com and just type in the August 2012 edition, and that will be able to come up, and you'll be able to hear and see all of those. But I have a few here today that I would like to try to play for you. This is a song called When I Look Into Your Eyes, and I want to begin. It's written by a Lakota man, Adrian Eaglehawk.